buddy, I am Alpacapatrol, and this is Binding of Isaac Wrath of the Lamb. That's right, I'm back with another, well, I'm just playing Wrath of the Lamb because of a couple of reasons, which I'll get into in a moment, but I am here joined with a guest. I am joined with him. We had an operation, and now we're attached to the hip. So Green's here. Why don't you say hello?
Hey, yeah, I don't know why I went through with that operation, actually. I think I must have been really drunk.
Yeah, it was a lot of alcohol. We had a couple bottles of tequila, and you know, you can really get anything done in Vegas. They are not kidding about that.
Vegas? It wasn't like fucking chili or something?
No. It was Vegas chili, which is, you know, in our defense, is very easy to get confused at the airport.
Yeah.
I have scapular here. Should I take
chili
it?
out of Vegas? Do you have a D6?
Yes, I do.
I would roll it.
All right. Oh, you're the worst. I got mom's lipstick.
Ah, man. Well, I would roll it again.
Yeah, well, obviously I cannot. By the way, before we get into our crazy Vegas chili adventures, the reason that I couldn't do any custom challenge runs in this video is because the most upvoted one was Demon. Oh god, this is a close call. Oh Jesus, was because a Demon Baby run, which would have 5 Demon Babies. That doesn't work. So I couldn't do that. Then the second most upvoted challenge run on that video was, instead of playing with your knuckles, play with 10 black dildos. Can't do that either, because I actually don't have 10 black dildos on hand.
Yeah, which is surprising, actually. I was shocked to hear that.
I know, I only have 8, you know, I sometimes, I should really get into the partying scene more, I think, is...
That said, do you really need your thumbs?
That's a good point. I mean, the space bar would be nice to use, though.
That's, I guess so. You could probably do some leeway with the challenge and just use your thumb.
Yeah, I guess they'd probably be okay with only 8 black dildos. I don't know. You know, the people are hungry for their black dildos.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good generalization about your viewers there.
Yeah,
they
right.
all love black dildos.
Yeah, they're hungry for black dildos. But no. Oh, and the other thing is, then I decided, well, you know, I didn't do a challenge run from the last video, so I might as well go ahead and do one of those. Because I was doing that collab with a bunch of people where we were really drunk. Oh, which I don't think we mentioned in the video, but yes, we were drinking at that point. But the most upvoted challenge on that one was a Rocky Balboa run, which required that I played with boxing gloves. So also couldn't do that one.
Yeah. That would be so fucking impossible.
Yeah, I mean, I would be dead within seconds.
No way.
Also,
yeah.
I wouldn't really be able to make a video because I would probably alt-tab all the time. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we haven't done any of it. So that all works out into making this like so.
Yep. We make normal run.
Yes, we make normal run now because challenge run no work. Dennis is in my house, by the way, and he's just sleeping on my couch right now because it is actually 9:30 in the morning and I have yet to sleep.
Yeah, 6:30 here.
Yeah.
Same. Still have yet to sleep. That's the reason, like, you know, a lot of time these challenge runs will have, like, Austin or Zen or Cam in them. But, yeah, we're the only ones sad enough to still be awake at this hour.
Yeah, we were spending a lot of the time watching Speed Demos Archives speed runs, which is a marathon that's been going on for the past couple of days for charity.
Yeah, it's good times.
Yeah, there's some weird games in there.
Yeah, I was getting to that point where, like, every night I was staying up until 4 a.m. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to stay up as long as I possibly can and try to get my sleep schedule back on that way instead of the other way.
Yeah,
that's what I'm in the middle of right now. So, yeah, Speed Demos Archive, big help in that. Watching some fucking, like, what were we watching latest? I don't know.
So I think it was
games we've never heard of.
Yeah, I think the most recent game that we were watching was called Bad Dudes.
Yeah, we saw them beat that, and there was something else after that, but...
Oh, were they? I don't know.
Damned if I know what it was.
Yeah, really.
Bad Dudes was awesome in its own right.
In that it was not very good, basically.
In that I can't remember what the gameplay was like. It was a platformer.
It was like, Bad Dudes was like, oh, a health up. Wow, that's a lucky pill.
Nice.
Yeah, no, Bad Dudes was like a, beat 'em up. Like a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Yeah, he had guns, though.
Did he have a gun? Oh, I didn't even
so.
realize that.
Maybe he wasn't bad enough for a gun. I'm not sure.
You know, you have to be a special kind of bad dude to use a gun. By the way, that's implying that I'm condoning the use of guns and that the use of guns
really?
makes you cooler. I joke.
You just said it was bad dudes who use guns. You don't want to be a bad dude.
Exactly. You would like to be a good dude. Everyone.
The villain
should
like
be.
Dr. Evil uses guns.
Exactly. Yeah.
And sharks with lasers on them.
Austin Powers also uses guns, though, so that's not really a fair analogy.
Does he? Yeah, I guess he.
He did. Yeah, he uses
so
little
long
Walther.
since I've watched that movie.
You know, the Austin Powers movies, they are an instrumental part of my humor. I was going to say incremental, and that really wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, they're an instrumental part of my humor. And the thing is, those movies were shitty after the first one, because they just reused all the jokes over and over again. But it was still hilarious and still makes me laugh, so I don't really care.
Well, we were young enough when they came out, I think.
Yeah.
It's like we weren't really cognizant of that at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have the dead cat.
Oh wow, we could make this a repeat of the one we did for my channel.
Yeah, except that would probably be terrible. No spoilers. But also, I have a 1 heart. So I have a wire hanger in the other room, and I have Monster Manuel here here for 1 heart. And the question is, should I re-roll the Devil Room as opposed to re-rolling the wire hanger?
Oh, I would definitely roll the Devil Room, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Because like wire hanger's not that good, bad, and you could re-roll a 1 heart item into like Mom's knife or something.
Yeah. It turned out that it was that I re-rolled dead cat into the mark, and I took it. I mean, it was 2 hearts, but I think it was worth it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I like having extra damage.
That damage is really important, yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It scales really well into the late game.
Yeah, totally.
I like to use Dota terms when I play Isaac.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
That's a fair point. Yeah, I would have to agree.
Yeah, it makes you appeal to the ladies.
Yep.
Ladies love Dota terminology.
The ladies really do love the Dota terminology. You know, you have no idea. It is surprising how much they really like it. Where the butt nut is the goddamn secret room is my question here.
Yeah, I can't really give any input on that, given that I can't see your screen. But
yeah,
I'm here for moral support, though.
That is definitely important. Where is it here?
Yes, Rob, it's definitely there.
Well, I found the super secret room, which I actually didn't know that Spelunker's helmet did for you, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, man, it finds everything.
Yeah,
Tells you what's in all of the adjacent rooms, regardless of what it is.
Where the heck could it be? I had to have gone into... no, maybe I have to go... Okay, I have to go back into the treasure room.
Oh, so you're just like, you have Spelunker's head and you're just wandering around trying to find...
Yeah, I went to every room, but that's what happened. I got... It's right next to the treasure room, and I just had to leave and re-enter.
Ah, there you go.
Yep. Oh, wow, I got Book of Belial.
Instead of D6?
Yeah.
That's a tough decision, man.
It really
I would go with
is.
D6, personally. Like, what floor are you on?
Cellar 2.
Yeah, D6. Still very important.
You think so?
I would go with D6. That's my playstyle.
Oh, man.
Not gonna say it's the objectively correct decision, but that's what I would do.
I haven't been able to reroll things effectively so far, though.
Yeah, man, that's how you
Yeah, alright, you're right.
Judge based on previous rolls.
Yeah, I mean,
this is just a bad D6, man.
My D6 ain't working no more. I'm pissed off about my D6. I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna get me a D15.
Yeah, I mean, Book of Belial is a good fucking item, man. It feels bad leaving it behind.
Yeah. I think the only thing that made me decide is that I did get the wire coat hanger, so it's pretty much a damage up anyway.
Yeah.
So, that's fair enough, I guess.
Yeah, we were talking about damage up scaling well in the late game and like taking those damage up deal with the devil items. I have a really good recent, like, real example of that. I was playing Large Marge recently, and I could not get a devil room early because I was playing poorly. And it was so hard because I didn't get any devil rooms, I didn't get any damage ups. The only damage up I had was from the fat odd mushroom. I got all the way to Mom like that. The Mom fight took me like 50 years.
Yeah, yeah, those are the worst, especially when you start with like Eve and you don't get any damage ups but still get far.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that sucks when the game like strings you along with items that will keep you alive, but you're not gonna win with.
Yeah, like spoiler alert, I actually did beat Mom, but it took a long time, and I was actually kind of surprised I did it because yeah, if you don't have damage up in Isaac, people, I think they're like, especially new players tend to overestimate health and underestimate damage. It doesn't matter how little health you have if you have a lot of damage. You gotta get the damage.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's the thing. Like, the longer the thing that I say quite frequently, in fact, is the longer you spend in a room, the more likely you are to take damage.
Yeah, exactly.
So. Definitely killing enemies quickly is almost like a health up. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense, which is I think what we're basically saying. Yeah, right, exactly. So
yeah, it doesn't matter if you have like fucking 10 hearts if you can't kill anything quickly. It's much more important to be able to walk into a room and destroy it quickly, even if you only have 1 heart.
Yep, I agree. Sorry, these turrets are fucking being smarter than me. And I'm angry.
Yeah, it's tough, man. You have to wait until they pop up.
Yeah, well, it was the thing, like, basically, I was doing that. Ooh, speed range. I'll take that, I guess. I'm alright with that. Yeah, I'm not even going to explain it because I'm going to sound like an idiot. So never mind.
Fair enough.
Probably a waste to take a great chest at this horde room, but you know what? I don't really care. That's fine.
Live
by
dangerously,
me.
man.
Yeah, exactly.
Live free or die hard.
Exactly. You have to live free or die hard because then you may be able to wrestle a fighter jet. And who doesn't want to do that?
Yeah.
You know,
like, crash a car into a helicopter. Spoiler alert! I haven't actually seen the movie, but
have you not?
No.
You should, I guess. I mean, it's not. Are you a Die Hard fan?
I've never seen the first Die Hard. Please don't hurt me.
Oh my god! You may need to leave the Skype call, like, immediately.
Yeah, this is gonna be my exit from the video.
Jesus, from my life. No, but you really should fucking
No,
watch
actually, I
Die
think
Hard.
I have seen the first Die Hard, but the thing is I was, like, in 4th grade at the time, so I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, you should...
My friend in 4th grade, who is still my friend now, was really into Die Hard when we were in 4th grade.
Your friend had good taste?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
4th grade him, he loved watching action movies, and his parents let him. I was jealous.
You know, I won't really go into it because I actually had almost an entire video where I explained why Die Hard is, like, one of the greatest series ever.
I think I actually saw that video.
Yeah. So, I won't really go into it, but I will say that it's considered an action film, but totally underappreciated as, like, a legitimately good movie, as well. Oh, was there a bomb in there? I'm stupid. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, because he's a real hero.
Yeah, right.
It's all coming back to me now. I saw this movie.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think you were talking to Cameron about it, maybe?
It's entirely possible. I don't know. I talk about Die
I
Hard pretty frequently, so...
Yeah. I don't remember.
Oh, we got Transcendence. I have boners.
Oh, man, that is really good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, what floor are you on right now?
Caves 1.
Caves 1 flying, yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Flying Mark.
Good.
Yeah, anything else going for you?
Tears up from the wire hanger, 4 red hearts, and also I still have a cachet, as you were, of
it's just cash.
No, I call it a cachet, alright? I like to sound fancy.
I used to do that when I was like 16, but then I stopped because I realized I was pronouncing the word wrong. But, you know, whatever you want to do.
I realize I'm pronouncing the world wrong. I'm pronouncing the world wrong, man. We're rebels without a cause here on Alpacapatrol. Yeah, the entire world is being pronounced wrong. No, I totally forgot what I was going to say. But, yeah, Die Hard's good, basically. You should... have you never watched Die Hard 3? Either?
No, man. I haven't even watched the first one.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can actually watch them out of order. It's not that big of a deal.
That's not like some sort of really important continuing plot.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, you should probably watch the first one before you watch the third one. But it's still not vitally important.
You gotta see the part with the Christmas party and the saving people.
Right? Yeah, and also Mr. Mr. Takagi. I mean, that's like an important pop culture reference.
Mr. Takagi. Yeah, that's ever since I've started Let's Playing, I've realized that I'm so behind on like making pop culture references. I don't know shit about pop culture.
Yeah, I don't. Adele's a thing, right? Like, yeah, I agree. I'm the same way.
Yeah, it's a constant thorn in my side, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I watch Northern Lions videos and he's just constantly referencing things I don't understand, and it still makes me laugh. I'm like, fuck, why can't I do that?
Why can't I
make up celebrities?
Things? That's a good idea.
Yeah, John Trishnam, he's so fucking funny. When
John Trishnam.
Yeah, that's how I make up celebrities.
It definitely doesn't sound like a made-up name.
No, it doesn't. Wouldn't you be named that?
Yeah, I mean, if I were to choose a stage name right now.
Yeah, I heard Ellen Page fucking. It's true. Look at National Enquirer.
Yeah, man. John Trishnam. He's a snazzy fella, I have to say. That third arm of his, though, I'm surprised that he gets as many ladies, despite that.
This is triple the clitoral stimulation.
Exactly. Yeah. Three. I mean, well, if you're already using two arms on.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more like an additional 50%, so like 150%. It's still pretty good, though.
Yep. Ooh, another. I got a 1-up. That is. Pretty awesome.
I would take that skill in like Torchlight 2 if it was offered to me.
Yeah. I mean,
150% clitoral stimulation. Yeah.
Would that be a passive or an active? That's my question.
Passive, obviously.
Yeah.
What, you think he only sometimes has an extra arm?
Oh, I mean, I would understand if it had to have a cooldown. Yeah, I mean that would be important. Like, we are men.
Man, you got to do like 3-armed push-ups.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Oh, good, the notched axe.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Happily take that. I will take this blue.
That would go into your build well.
Yeah. Go into any build well, really.
Yeah, it's related to destroying random rocks for no reason.
Fucking lock controls.
You really got to get your new computer, man.
I really do. Oh, by the way, you know what? I should mention this. So I've been saying that I'm going to get my new computer soon. I am a filthy liar. I thought
it's still soon by some definition.
Yeah, well, I mean, everything is soon by, geological definition, really.
Yeah, it's like a week and a half. It's not that long.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terribly far away, but, yes. So it should be here between the 18th and the 21st, so sorry about that. I don't know why it's taking so long. I ordered it on the 21st of December.
I Buy Power is a bunch of filthy scumbags.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah. I mean, you've had bad experiences with them, so.
I would not recommend buying from I Buy Power, speaking as somebody whose computer is made by I Buy Power.
Right.
They overcharge and they're not that great.
Yep.
That's what I have to say about that. They didn't put enough screws in my motherboard, they didn't put enough screws in my case fan.
Oh, it wasn't just the motherboard, it was also the case fan?
Oh yeah, it was like half-assed together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is amazing since it takes so long.
Yeah, seriously. I had the same experience too. It took forever to get my computer.
Yeah. Yep. It's a bit of a bummer. But, I have the nail for 2 hearts, but you know what? I don't think I actually even want that.
How many hearts do you have?
Well, I have 4 red hearts and 2.5 blue hearts.
What floor are you on?
Cave Stew.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't take it, but I'd be really pissed off that I wasn't taking it.
Yeah. I mean, I like the nail, but oh god, a squirrel just ran by my window and terrified me. I like the nail, but it's, I don't know.
Yeah, you're gonna be really sad if you see the nun's habit later on.
Oh my god, I have the nun's habit. I'm an idiot. All right,
you have the nun's habit.
Yeah, I'm taking that. I'm really dumb. I'm sorry. Thank you for thank you for saying that, because otherwise I would have gotten so much rage in the comments.
Yeah, thank God I'm here, man.
Yeah, really. Oh my god, I totally forgot, because you know what happened is my brain stopped working because I had to re-roll to get the nun's habit, so it threw me off. and I'm an idiot.
That totally makes sense. Yep.
Yep. But yeah. So whoops.
So yeah, now this run is over. It's like you win.
Oh my god, you have saved me from so many ragey comments.
Yeah, that's the worst when you overlook something like that.
Yep. Yeah.
Even like, I don't think I've overlooked something that major before, but even like,
No,
you know,
thanks.
there's this one where I was like, I don't think I can get to the shop on this floor. That sucks. And then people were like, oh, you could have bombed through the secret room.
Oh, I get so many of those. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, especially on the overpowered runs, like where I get Epic Fetus. It's just like, oh, why didn't you bomb into the shop? That's not what everybody sounds like, by the way. I've just lost everybody. I'm sorry. But
That's what my subscribers sound like. I don't know about you.
huh?
Fuck them. Oh, I just said that's what my subscribers sound like.
Quoted.
Twitter quote.
That actually
my
wouldn't make any
subscribers
sense
know
out of
that I love
context.
them. Even if you know, it's like a relationship with a woman. You have to like put them down sometimes so they want to stay with you. They can't believe that they're good enough for anybody else.
That is a way better Twitter quote. You were just a Twitter quote machine right now.
Yeah, get some alcohol in me. I'll be really like just offensive to everybody.
Yeah, you know, I'm surprised I didn't get as many comments about that video being offensive. Oh god.
Yeah, you know, black people should pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
I'm glad we're doing this on my channel. That's always good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kidding, by the way.
Yeah. By the way, the link to Green's channel should be down in the description. So send him all your hate.
Subscribe for me. You should all subscribe and then unsubscribe immediately.
Oh, butternutters. All right, we got. I'm an idiot, by the way. I wasted the nail, but it's not a big deal.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially like with the nuns habit, you should just be using it as quickly as possible at all times.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully, I'm not taking that much damage, but yeah.
Yeah.
Theoretically, I should be using it pretty quickly, which is nice. I do have Maggie's Faith as well, which is actually going to be pretty awesome.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yep. It is a very lucky run. I've had a lot of really good luck recently. Oh, Troll Bomb, get out of there.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, lock control, stop it. Oh, that was so lucky that was just a little spider. You know, someone did, actually, I think it was Freeze who mentioned it in the comments. Oh, I'm so dumb. He said, alpacapatrol, you're so dumb, and he's right. I'm really dumb. No, he said,
I can confirm this.
yeah, he knows for certain. Now you all know for certain, as you can tell from that last statement.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Real winner. No, but lock controls, when I get my new computer, are going to be a thing of the past. It's like my catchphrase, man.
Lock controls, yeah, what are you gonna do now?
I don't know.
You just have to be like, poor play.
Yeah, I'm bad at this game.
Yeah, or alternatively, just like normal frame rate.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because that's gonna get you hit a lot on the Isaac fight, I think.
Yeah, probably. My frame rate is actually doing really well right now, which is very odd. But you know, I'm not
Yeah,
complaining.
that's strange.
Yep.
Yep, just like being in internet contact with my computer is kind of bringing it up.
Yeah, that's probably what's happening. Yeah. Oh god, red fires, get away! Oh, get away, red fires! Okay.
They're just static, you know.
No, they were chasing me. These were this is very devilish red fires. I don't know what kind of game you're playing over at Green 9090. Oh god, lock controls. I almost did it
That's
again.
true. I play the casual version of Isaac.
Yeah, yeah. Play on easy mode, man.
Yeah.
I'm playing super hard mode. Greed, you are a D-bag. Which is a bag of dicks, not a douchebag.
Hey, you know the rule about greed, right?
What's that?
It's like the way to predict where greed is going to be.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if there's like an offhand rule, but I always can kind of tell when he's going to be there.
Well, he's every other floor starting on caves 2.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's that's something that eluded me for hundreds of hours, well,
Really?
over 100 hours of Isaac play, and then somebody told me in the comments. I was like, "Oh, that is mind blown."
Well, you just gave it away because I often get comments like, "How did you know it was gonna be greed?" And like people think I'm some sort of magical wizard.
Oh man, I should have played it that way as well.
Yeah, that's definitely what we should
I
do.
just explained the mechanic behind it.
Yep, never a good idea. You know, a writer never reveals his magic tricks.
That's not...
Yeah, that's 2 adages in 1. I give you double adages. Subscribe to Alpaca Patrol if you want 2 adages at once.
Yeah, double adages cross the sky. yeah.
That's some good singing. We should form a family band.
Yeah, oh man, like in Arrested Development. Yeah,
exactly. Speaking of which,
Timasil.
Yeah, that would be amazing. But speaking of Arrested Development, one, in case you guys haven't seen Arrested Development, fucking watch that show because it's amazing.
What are you doing with your life?
Yeah,
if
exactly.
You haven't seen Arrested Development yet?
Yeah, seriously. But
Worse than not
secondly,
seeing Die Hard for sure.
I don't know about that one. I mean, okay, well that's the tick, so I'm staying away from that now. Yeah, no. See, in my opinion, in order to fully grow into manhood, and womanhood in many cases, you have to watch Die Hard. That's my personal opinion.
That would explain my inability to grow good facial hair.
Yeah, no, I have a full and luscious beard because of Die Hard.
Well, you are an alpaca. So.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I am given a little bit of an advantage early on, yeah, no. Anyway, Arrested Development. That's what we were talking about. Sorry, it took me a moment to think about words again. The new season should be airing in May, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen it yet, power through the first 3 seasons. So you be prepared to watch the 4th season as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, and don't worry, you will easily power through the first 3 seasons. You know, that's
kinda... As soon as you watch the first episode, you're not going to be able to stop until you have to sleep or eat.
Yeah. That's the worst thing about Netflix, is it's just like, oh, I find a TV show that I like? Well, I guess I'll watch the entire 7 seasons.
There goes my life for the next few days.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is terrible. Anything else I want to do on this floor? Not really.
You bomb your way through the item room to get to the pussy.
The room of pussy. I wish I had that room.
That would be a good addition to Isaac. Have you played? Actually, that would be a terrible room. Have you played Cunt by Edmund McMillan?
Cunt? No, I actually haven't.
It is terrifying.
Really?
Yeah, it's a really scary game. You should all Google it and blame Rob.
You shouldn't do that. The second part. I mean, maybe you should look at it. I mean, honestly, if you Google cunt,
well, yeah, you should probably add a qualifier like Edmund McMillan.
Yeah, right, and game probably.
Yeah.
I almost.
But yeah, it's exactly what you would imagine. Just this like terrifying depiction of a vagina. That you have to fight, and you are like a penis.
Oh, my controls! God damn it! Worst thing ever. Wow, yeah, that sounds intriguing, I guess. I also just don't like the word very much, to be honest with you.
Bad word. Too British.
Yeah, well, Brits can say it very well. I will happily listen to a British man say that word over and over again. He could just play it on loop for 10 hours, and I would listen to it.
Yeah, exactly. What I mean is that us Americans can't say it.
Yeah, it just sounds so crass.
Like, yeah, it feels like we're posing as Brits.
Exactly, yeah.
We're Australians.
Yeah, you know, Australians not so much with the cunt. Oh god, and lock controls again. Luckily I didn't
it's like their go-to phrase, isn't it? It's
is it really?
Yeah.
I guess I could see that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Even more than Brits, actually.
Well, I don't speak to a lot of Australians, so that could be part of my...
yeah, my crippling insomnia for most of my life has meant that I've talked to a lot of Australians because they're awake at the same time as I am.
Huh, that's intriguing, actually. On, like, video games and stuff?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of RuneScape. Do some dungeoneering. Me and some Australian and New Zealand dudes. It was fun.
Well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Except for the RuneScape part. Everything besides that sounds
Yeah, it was a bad game. I regret that part of my life.
I regret every moment of that. Yeah, I never played RuneScape. Never into it.
I mean, it was a good game, like, 10 years ago.
It was a great browser game.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it was 10 years ago, it was a good game. Like, it was just fucking cool.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it was a free MMO was never really done before either.
Yeah, it had a lot of unique ideas. You know, like, video games in general tend to be very combat focused, and RuneScape was the first game, like, first multiplayer game to really not, like, try to move away from that. And it did a good job of it. There was you could go, like, fish and woodcut and stuff, and, like, hang out with other people while doing that. It was fun, man.
Yeah,
it was cool, and you could make money from that and like sell it and get more stuff. There were people who would like refuse to do combat and just like spend all their time mining and stuff. It was cool. You could do that.
Yeah,
in that game, it was one of the first games where that was a possibility.
You know, RuneScape actually has a very interesting. Dennis used to tell me about it all the time. He would just be reading articles about RuneScape's economy.
Oh man, yeah. I was really good at RuneScape's economy. Actually, I used to be like a bigwig stock market trader, basically.
Yeah.
Like I would just like log in the morning and put in a bunch of trades, and then that evening I would have made like 5 million, 6 billion gold just from like passive trading, just from following the stock market. And yeah, it was a fun time. That was the other thing about it. It had a really dynamic, interesting economy.
Yeah, I forget if Dennis were awake, he would kind of explain it better.
You should wake him up.
I should just pause the video, go in the other room, be like, "Hey, Dennis, explain RuneScape's economy." Probably be the weirdest thing to wake up to.
Yeah,
but
put your balls in his mouth while you do it.
Oh well, I mean that's the only way that I wake people up.
Yeah, well there you go.
Yeah, it's just drop your balls in their mouth. I mean that's really how I greet people.
Yeah, as an alpaca in a human world, it's kind of the only way to move up.
Spin around, drop your balls on their hand, and see how they react. Really.
Yeah.
That again, out of context, would be a very good Twitter quote. What is in here? The ladder again? You're making jokes, game. All right, I'll pick up this blue heart. I guess I might as well pick up this tarot card. Oh, good, the Fool. Anger wells up inside of me. Let's see what's in here. Yeah, but anyway, basically, from what I remember... Ooh, Samson's Lock, I will take that. From what I remember, it was a very interesting economic system, simply because it didn't really have inflation.
Oh, that is not true.
No, I mean, I'm explaining that wrong. It didn't have dev-side inflation. Like, the developers said, here's the economy, you guys...
Yeah, just fuck with it.
Yeah. Which was very interesting. It's a very interesting concept, because, I mean, you see, like, World of Warcraft, and they will add new things into the economy all the time, new stuff that completely throws it out of whack, new events and all that.
That happened in RuneScape.
Yeah.
So, like, just in any sense of inflation, it was there in RuneScape. Especially just, like, gold inflation was just constant, because there were not a lot of things to do with gold that would destroy that gold. It was mostly trading with other players, and conversely, monsters would have regular gold drops, and there was a thing called alchemy, where you would cast an alchemy spell on an item, and that would produce gold, and people would do that just to train their magic skill. So there would be a constant inflow of gold, especially from alchemy. Alchemy was an enormous source of inflation. Because people would just, for example, you get a U-log, like there are people chopping U-logs to train their wood cutting and make some money. They sell the U-logs, and then fletchers, people who want to train their fletching skill, turn the U-logs into bows, and then sell those bows to people who want to train their magic. People who want to train their magic out the bows, and produce money out of nothing from that.
That sounds like a very complex economy.
Well, it wasn't really.
Yeah.
It's like a 3-step economy. Yeah. But the end result is that money is being produced out of nowhere at all times, and there are very few money sinks.
Yep. Well, that's actually a good example of, a lot of people, whenever... Oh, God. I have trouble explaining this to my mother, as well. As
I
to...
bet you do.
Yeah. I do. No, but seriously, a lot of people will think... Like, okay, we're running out of money, say, in the United States, So why doesn't
Which
the
is
government
print more?
Yeah, why doesn't the government just print more?
Totally.
Well, that's exactly why. That is exactly how inflation works. If you have, because
Look
basically
at Zimbabwe. We have a concrete physical example of
Yeah.
what happens when you do that. Look at Zimbabwe.
yeah,
Look at Germany
Yeah.
post World War II.
but post World War One actually as well.
Sorry, wrong world.
Yeah,
but
wrong.
wrong war. Excuse me.
Yeah, well, no, that you're thinking of when the Germans fought the Martians in the 1800s. That was also a dark time in European history.
But yeah, in Germany, people were literally burning money because it was fucking useless because they printed so much.
Yep, that's not a resolvable issue, and that is the problem with a lot of MMO economies is that technically the money is coming out of nowhere. You're constantly respawning money, so you're always devaluing it.
Money.
Yeah. Without degradation of money either. I mean, that's I think actually Eve kind of does that. I think the money doesn't last forever or something like that. Like I think it does degrade over time or something like that. I could be totally making that shit up.
Yeah, that sounds silly. There are ways to. What you have to do is pull it out of the economy in the same way you put it into the economy.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
And RuneScape attempted this with the construction skill. Was like to train your construction. What you would need is planks, and to make planks, you would take like logs cut from trees, and then just pay money to an NPC to turn them into planks. And that was how you trained construction. There is no way to train construction effectively without just destroying money effectively. But it worked. It was a money sink, and it helped for a little while, but it wasn't enough to kind of balance the economy. But they were trying that for a little while at least.
Yeah.
And there were also they introduced weapons that had to be they would degrade over time, and you had to pay money to fix them as well, and that helped a little bit as well. But the thing is, nothing was expensive enough to really help with the inflation because there were people were throwing around billions of coins.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And to make something practical for your average player, it's you can't really go much further beyond millions before it starts becoming prohibitively expensive, but for anybody who's not incredibly rich.
Exactly. I'm surprised it never got to the point where items were just more valuable than the gold itself. Because
the thing is, they had a grand exchange where you could passively trade things for money. So money was still useful just because the grand exchange would only accept money. So money was like a placeholder for items.
Oh, okay,
in a real sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, they are in real life as well. But I mean, because that's actually funny because that's how Diablo 3 economy ended up. Not Diablo 3, Diablo 2, and actually the auction house in Diablo 3 took this out of what actually happened. But basically, after a point in the game, money was completely invaluable because you would gain it so quickly that in fact
rare items, yeah.
Exactly. So these rare type of runes and stuff would be the only thing that was used for trade, which is interesting because you see a game like Path of Exile, seeing how that works.
And just fucking cut out the middleman, no money.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck gold. We'll just use a barter economy, which is way cooler, I think.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, the thing is, you have to make money useful, you have to force exchange of money in some way. And RuneScape did that effectively, both in terms of the construction skill, devouring money, and stuff along those lines, and also just the auction house, the Grand Exchange. It is an auction house requiring the exchange of money.
Right, or you could do it whatchamacallit, like the actual government does, and use savings bonds. That'd be interesting. War bonds.
Yeah, how would that work in a video game?
Well, it would be pretty weird to pull off.
Yeah, it would be weird.
Yeah, but it would kind of, at least in some ways, avert the issue.
I guess so.
Because that's another way to take the money out of circulation. Oh god. Actually, that's the reason why you're not allowed to keep large amounts of money under your mattress.
Are you not allowed to?
That's illegal.
What? amount of money am I allowed to keep in my mattress?
I think anything over like, anything over like $5,000 or $10,000 is illegal.
The fuck?
Yeah. Well,
that's very little.
Yeah. Basically, the reasoning behind it is that. The reasoning behind it is, if you are putting your money in, a lot of people would say like, well, I don't trust the bank. I should keep it on my mattress instead because I should be allowed to do that. Well, here's the problem. All banks, really, all of commercial banks, unless you go to a credit union, are going to be investment banks now because of Glass-Steagall repealing that what it was. Oh, okay, we got a mom's coin purse. Is interesting. Range down balls. So all banks are basically investment banks. What that means is your money, it's not really being saved in the bank, which is also why a lot of people lost a lot of their savings during the recession. Well, I guess I might as well pick them up. Because your money is actually tied up in stocks and assets. Because those banks are actively using your money to make more money, which is why you gain interest on your savings. The thing is, I forgot what I was talking about originally. If you could help me, Green, it would be great.
You were talking about money.
Right. Keeping money under your bed. Yeah, okay. So,
money under your bed. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm saying here is, when you're putting your money in a bank, it's not like a Swiss bank. It doesn't just sit around. It moves around. It moves around in the economy because those banks are using it for investments. So technically, it's not really sitting in savings. It's moving all over the place, and it appears that it's in savings to you, at least. You're basically just giving the bank your money. Now, if you put your money under the bed, then your money is not doing anything. It's just sitting around. That's very bad for the economy. Because the government says, hey, we printed this much money is what's in circulation. When you put your money under the bed and you don't use it, what you're essentially doing is equivalent to burning money. You are taking it out of circulation and you're not using it, which is what the government expects you to do. So, yeah, that's why it's illegal. That's the thinking of it, which is a very grandiose and long way to explain that, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I can understand why, but it's like, what they're essentially saying is you don't really own your money. You have to do what we want you to do with your money.
Yeah,
it's
well,
not okay. That just like strikes a foul chord with me. Even though I personally would not keep my money under my mattress.
Well, technically speaking, and this is actually the libertarian perspective, you don't own your money by the government's view.
Yeah,
because you pay taxes.
Wait.
Yeah, well, it's a very long. Again, this would be a very long way to explain it. But in the libertarian view, you don't. Basically, taxation equals slavery because your time equals your money because your money is you make money by using your time. So the government taking your money through taxation is considered slavery. Technically, by their logic, and it's true, by their logic, yes, it is considered slavery.
Yes. Well, no, it's an exchange.
No, well, here. I don't agree with this. I will explain to you what's wrong with this.
Fair enough.
Because by their logic, it is considered slavery because basically your government is basically saying this amount of time translates to your money. But that is only assuming that you accept the first primary condition of the libertarian perspective, which is that you own yourself, or you own your time. And the fact of the matter is, you don't. There is no such thing as self-possession. We live in a society, and because of that, we don't really own ourselves or our time. There's no possession there of humanity. That doesn't really exist. Because we use roads and bridges and public housing and public schools and public everything, public goods.
Yeah.
And,
that's the perspective I would come at it from. Mm-hmm. Is that we're making an exchange. We're accepting a social contract.
Right.
And that part of that social contract is we'll give you all of these great things like protection from people killing you and stealing from you, and in exchange from that, you give us some of your money.
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And everybody on some level accept that exchange, because otherwise you just go to jail, because if you don't accept the social contract, then people can do whatever the fuck they want to you.
Right.
And there you go.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, and that's the thing, too, that a lot of people say, like, well, I didn't sign up for that, I was just born into it, man. It's like, yeah, that's true, well, go live on a deserted island. You can do that.
Yeah, exactly. Go like, you're on land that is owned by the government, essentially. And there's nothing stopping, if you don't want to buy into the social contract, there's nothing stopping everybody who does buy into the social contract just locking you up in a jail.
Yeah, and I think even fairer assessment or explanation of that isn't necessarily even that that you're on land owned by the government. You could just say you're using the roads that they built with money that everyone else paid for.
Yeah.
Before you, so you're basically paying off your ancestors as well. So yeah, I mean, taxation makes sense, and that's also why it's kind of dangerous to. I don't know about if you noticed, but a lot of people are way into Gary Johnson and Ron Paul and all that during the elections. You know, I totally agree with them on civil liberties, but their economic policy is very, very silly. They want laissez-faire, and laissez-faire is a very bad idea. We tried laissez-faire.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen what happens.
Yeah, exactly. The Great Depression. So, yeah.
We've seen this before.
Yeah. So laissez-faire does not work. Which is also... Oh, you know what? This brings me back to why I was even originally talking about this, is you were saying that you don't own your money. Well, you don't really. That's actually why we even have currency that is paper, right? Is because technically they're banknotes, right? So
yeah, totally.
Now this is all totally convoluted now because of how the history played out. But essentially, what happened is people used to carry around gold or silver or nickel, and you know, you'd say worth its weight in gold because it's remembering of a time in which you just carried around gold and that was worth a certain amount. Now, it was basically a barter economy, too, because there's no set prices, set amount of gold. There's not an advanced measuring tool that people use and crank out on the spot or anything. So it was a very bad system. So basically what the government said, and this is also why you're not allowed to have a gold bar, is, hey, why don't we let the banks hold all the gold, and we'll just issue banknotes, and those banknotes will be your paper currency, and they will, be worth some amount of gold. So at some point when we were using the gold standard, you actually, I don't know if you knew this, but you could technically go to a bank and trade in all of your paper banknotes for gold. At a point. Sure. But then in the 60s and 70s, I don't remember exactly when, I think it was in the early 70s, we moved away from gold standard, we moved to fiat currency, which is basically, instead of basing our money off of gold, which is a really stupid thing to base our money off of.
Because it's an essentially worthless
mineral. Yeah, it's totally useless.
It's so arbitrary.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense when you're carrying around gold, I guess, and it's like universal. But at this point, it doesn't, like, especially since you're not allowed to own a gold bar anymore, since they repealed that ability. It's kind of silly. So what fiat currency is it's based on the assets of the United States, which is even weirder because it's like it's just what we assume. Basically, how we think about the money is how much it's worth, which is also why the recession happened partly, is because people are like, oh, the market's fucked up, everybody sell, and then, oh god, teleport into me, you goddamn bastard. And then no one had faith in the dollar, and then the dollar loses value, which is an issue with fiat currencies. Basically, we haven't figured out.
Everybody tried to take out all their money and put it in their mattress.
And then, and then a bunch of money was out of circulation. Nobody was spending anything.
There wasn't enough money to actually put it under everybody's mattresses.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That was the main issue. Also, a lot of people get scared of debt. Like, okay, a couple $1 trillion of debt is very bad, but we need debt, right? Like, a lot of people don't actually understand that, but debt is very important to a country. You shouldn't be operating in the green, because that means that's essentially the same idea as keeping, that's like the government keeping their money under the mattress. there's no reason for us to not be spending the money that we have. We shouldn't be in as much debt as we are in America anyway, but...
yeah, well, we shouldn't be spending more per year than our GDP, though.
Yes, definitely not, yeah.
Yeah, that's the bad part.
Yes,
we shouldn't be going more and more and more into debt.
No.
I think that's more what people are afraid of.
Yeah, no, they are. But there is that absolute feeling that I always hear is just like,
yeah,
whoa, they shouldn't spend any money.
People will be like, oh, we're $2 trillion in debt, but yeah, that's not really the important part. But they're touching upon the important issue, which is that we're spending more money than we're making.
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
Yeah, it's a common point of confusion. I can understand where that comes from.
Yeah, no, definitely. I totally agree as well. I mean, it does even... It seems like it makes logical sense as well. It's like, oh, we should have some savings. But, like...
yeah, just in case there's a rainy day, and just in case the country's car breaks down and we need to fix it.
Right, exactly, yeah. Yeah, there's no sense in savings. Plus, how do you... we got the habit. I forgot about that. Plus, how do you establish credit if you're not in debt, bro? In all seriousness, that like I did kind of say that in a joking fashion, but that is also a reason to be in debt.
Yeah.
That's why you see a lot of small developing countries in heavy debt to like large economic foreign powers, is because that's how you establish credit as a nation. Is pay off your stuff. You know how you get good credit? Is you buy things with the money that you actually have. Which is basically what Green was saying, is you don't spend more than your GDP.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yep, buy stuff with the credit card, but no, you can pay it off later.
That's I think the main issue with people who buy credit or use credit cards is like you should really only use it if you know that you have the money to spend.
Yeah.
Like, don't spend imaginary money.
Yeah, that's scary to me. Like, it's such a common problem in this country that people get a credit card and then immediately be like, "Wow, I have another $300."
Yeah.
And go and like max out their credit card and then not be able to pay it back. It's like, oh, come on, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What was your thought process there?
Yeah, well, a lot of people actually just don't think in that.
Yeah, it's really scary. Yeah.
It is, yeah. But that is the future, though. It's all going to be in digital currency anyway in the future.
It doesn't make a difference, though. I mean, we're already on digital currency essentially with all the the credit cards and the online banking and everything. Like, physical currency is fairly irrelevant even at this point.
Yep, very true. Especially when you see that explosion in ETFs and stuff, which is the electronic trade. I forget what the F is for, but basically, yeah, the electronic trade fucks. It's a lot of people freak out about that too. I don't know if you've heard about these, by the way, Green. You know,
no, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about yet.
Okay, so well, an ETF, basically what an ETF is, you even see ads for this now. Sorry, hold on, I have to pick up things. Oh, damn it, I actually shouldn't have taken the holy water. Fuck. Alright, whatever.
Fool!
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of, oh no, actually, the glitch didn't happen.
Yeah.
Huh.
It happens, like, on and off. It's fairly unpredictable.
Okay. Well, anyway, so an ETF, basically, you're trading on algorithms. So...
Oh.
Yeah. So essentially what's happening is instead of, like, you just have an algorithm running in a computer program.
Yeah, instead of like a trader, like a human person managing your money, you have a computer program that just does it a certain way.
Right.
If I'm understanding you correctly.
Yes,
yeah.
that's exactly it, yes. It's a way to kind of cut out that middleman.
Yeah. The problem being that then you can exploit those computer programs.
Right. Well, that's largely the fear that people have, but
it depends on how complicated you make the computer program. But on a certain level, you're going to be able to predict exactly what those programs are going to do.
Yes, that's true.
And then a human can short sell them.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Humans short sell all the time other humans, and in fact you can predict or at least try to predict, well, predicting of the market is not necessarily the best idea, but yes. It's the same thing. The computer is written by humans. right? Based on prediction models that they have created. So it's trades that will have happened anyway, it just would have taken a little bit longer. So it actually isn't that big of an issue. The only issue is, like you said, is there could be exploitation, but that would only be if you accept the idea that every trade is going to be made on ETFs, which it won't.
Well, I mean, we're talking about a dystopian future where this is completely taken over trading.
Right, yeah. But
Which
that,
is, like, that's not even that far out there. That doesn't seem very unlikely to me at all.
yeah, it's not, but it's also kind of not possible as well. Because basically, here's the thing: is like you have a bunch of computer programs trading. If they're the only things trading, then eventually it's just going to get an infinite loop, and nothing's actually going to happen anymore. So
yeah, well, they'll hit equilibrium,
right,
and solve the problem of the world, the global market,
right?
Which might not be a terrible thing.
Nope. And then eventually Skynet will take over and kill us all. We'll have to have
there we go.
John
They'll
Connor
have
come save us.
Terminators. It'll be good stuff.
Yeah, it'll be a fun time. I mean, hey, I'm happy to lead a revolt against our robotic overlords. If you guys are,
I accept our robotic overlords.
yeah. I mean, I guess honestly, if they were to offer a peace treaty and allow me to live, then yeah, I would definitely.
I'd probably think that.
Yeah, I would too. I mean,
Yeah,
really,
just working the robot slave mines.
Yeah, definitely don't want to do that. That would be no fun at all. I don't know what they would be mining. I don't know why you would be mining slaves.
Yeah, they're mining other slaves.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting choice by the robots. But hey, robots. We don't know how they work. Maybe that's the smarter way to do it.
Than us.
Yeah, they're using ETFs, man. So you have to watch out. But so lots of things. Economy. If Dennis were here, he would be so much more, knowledgeable on these subjects than I.
Yeah, and I as well.
Yeah, because I learn a lot from him since he's a finance guy.
Yeah, is he in school for that, or?
He actually just graduated. He's hopefully. I doubt that any of his employers are going to be watching, so I think I'm pretty safe to say this. But hopefully he could potentially get a job at Morgan Stanley very soon, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. He is going to be, the devil, essentially, working from the inside. But, hey, can't beat him, join him, huh?
Yeah, totally.
That's always a good strategy.
Yeah, you could make money to, I don't know, buy beer for you.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be great. It'd be a great time. But, I don't know. There's a lot of interesting stuff. Oh, God. About a lot of things. Oh, here's another thing. And actually, someone actually mentioned this. Oh, no, actually, I was talking to Alex about this. If you want to go into finance, if you were interested in finance and stuff, or if you're buying stocks or something, say, I was actually going to say Darren Aronofsky, but that is not what I meant to say. Say like George Soros, or Ben Bernanke, or some other big Donald Trump says something about the stock market, right? Or says something about the currency, about how there's no faith in the currency or something like that. Don't fucking listen to them. Because basically, the point of fiat currency, right, is it's based on faith, right? It's based on speculation. And the faith in the currency is the most important thing. So George Soros has actually even talked about this in his books, saying that that he's made lots of money by making people believe that he didn't believe in the currency and then short selling a bunch of shit. So, like, I think he bought out some economy. I forget. Well, oh God, some Eastern European thing. Something happened. I don't know. Dennis can tell you, but I don't really know. But yeah, so don't trust economists is what I'm saying here.
Yeah, they're all assholes.
Yeah. They're not really. It's just, if you trust them, then they're smarter than you. So be smarter than them and don't trust them. Do what they're doing.
Yeah, there you go.
Because that would equal everything out. In game theory, that is how you win, actually. I would explain game theory, but it would take a long time.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That was I heard you were playing a video game.
Yeah, I've been playing a video game this whole time. I don't know, is this terribly boring to you, Green? All this
No,
conversation?
I really like economy stuff, I would be more engaged, but I think I'm falling asleep.
Yes, that would make sense at this point, at this ungodly hour.
Yeah, 7:30 a.m. and we're on the bad side of it, where we're still awake at that time.
Yeah, I mean it's 10:30 for me, so
Yeah.
it is daylight. I have seen the daylight twice now in this waking period of mine.
Yeah, I can see the sun coming up through the fog outside.
Oh, there's fog, right? Oh, wait, isn't that smog technically since you're in California?
No, I'm on a mountain. It's fog.
Balls. Ah, well, that's good then. Oh,
Yeah.
God, Troll Bomb, get out of here. Oh, that was so close. That was like a pixel out of my range, That was a lucky move by me.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of what was happening in my run.
Yeah, that sucks. It always sucks when the game does not treat you very well. But it is a common occurrence, in fairness.
Yeah, to be fair though, I deserved it. I was kind of drunk.
Yeah, that would definitely not.
And look at what I'm wearing. So a subtle rape joke there for Rob's channel.
Yep.
Yep.
Not that subtle.
Yeah. With the kind of viewership you have.
Oh, ouch. This is the kind of thing that he says in private about all of his viewers. So,
It's true, yeah. Yeah, my viewers are all fucking idiots. Yeah.
You know what's funny about like Total Biscuit is he does not hide the fact that he
Oh
hates viewers.
no, he doesn't. He has complete disdain for his viewers.
Which is kind of hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
never
also-
trash talking big YouTubers.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Total Biscuit. We're not in danger of Total Biscuit watching this video. So
Yeah, he's gonna come on and then fucking sue us.
that would be hilarious, and also totally out of character for him.
Yeah, it really would be. That would be surreal.
Yeah. One thing I will say about Total Biscuit is he is a man of much integrity.
Yeah, totally.
But
And I'm not just saying that because I'm afraid he's gonna hurt me.
I am kind of terrible. He's pretty intimidating. But yeah, no, I have a lot of respect for TB. He's a cool guy.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't watch much of his content, but the little I do watch, he seems to be a fairly integral person.
He
Is that the right use of integral?
I don't know. I don't know if. I think integral. The root of integral is integer.
Yeah. He uses a lot of numbers. So.
he is a fan of numbers. Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense. He numbers all of his episodes.
That's
so.
true. He doesn't have episodes of things. Well, I guess he kind of does.
Well, yeah, that's actually... I shouldn't say that, not knowing anything about his channel, because it's possible he doesn't number his videos.
Yeah, actually, he doesn't either do that.
It could have been an accidental, subtle dig at him.
There you go. That's
Like, yeah,
that's what you
nice
could call
numbering
it.
system, asshole. Still uploading those videos on an abacus.
I'm gonna tweet that to Total Biscuit and see how he feels about it. That would actually be hilarious if he got into
You
a
respond.
Twitter fight with him.
Yep.
He does
Pretty
Twitter
soon
fight
I'll
with
be on
people
the
pretty
TGS,
often.
Podcast.
Yeah, right. And having to fight with him.
That's the first thing. After I told people I was applying to be in TGS, like the first thing a bunch of my subscribers did was like, "Oh, you're getting into TGS, huh? Are you going to be on the TGS podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's what happens after you join TGS."
Yeah,
It's
right.
like
Yeah.
the next week they're like, "Hey, you want to be on the podcast?" Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, would be pretty awesome though.
It would be. I wouldn't turn him down.
Yeah, obviously.
People ask me that as well. Like people were like taking it as a given that they would offer me a position on the podcast, and they're like, "Would you agree to be on the podcast?" I'm like, not fame and money. Those are two things that don't appeal to me.
Yeah. yeah. No, exactly. It would be interesting. God damn it! I cannot find Blue Baby.
Oh, you're on the chest, huh?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, nice. What kind of build do you have going on? Do you
Well,
power?
Sort of. I have the damage up from the pact. I have the passive damage up, or the not passive, but infrequent damage up from the nail. Tears up from the wire hanger, and not much else. I mean, I have 3 orbiters, which is nice.
Wow, it's actually kind of surprising you made it all the way to the chest on that. But I guess non-sabot nail.
Yeah. Oh, also, I'm also selling myself short a bit. I do have 3 familiars as well.
Ah, yeah.
So, I mean, that is basically a damage up. You know, unreliable damage up, but still, nonetheless.
Damage up nonetheless, yeah.
Yeah. So that, and I still have health off the screen, so I'm still good as long as I find Isaac soon. I mean, I've gone through, what is that, like, maybe 15 floors already? God, I have an urge.
You mean rooms?
No, floors. My game's glitched, and I keep having to go through the entire chest each time.
Over and over again.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You just walk into a room with just a portal to the next chest.
Yep, it's really bad. Oh, good, bloat on my last room.
Nightmare.
Yeah, terrible times.
Yep. Speaking of that, people have expressed a lot of interest in like an infinite mode of Isaac, where you just keep on going, like a survival mode almost.
Yeah, I heard that pretty much immediately when I started playing FTL, and I thought that would be a good idea too.
Yeah, I think that would fit FTL better than Isaac.
Yeah, I agree because because FTL beating the final boss isn't exactly. It's not really even your main goal most of the time. It doesn't unlock anything after the first time, so that's basically the problem there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess Infinite Isaac would be kind of interesting. I would prefer if it was like an Infinite Horde Room kind of mode. Like, that would be kind of cool.
Interesting as well, yeah.
Like, I would.
Yeah, though, I mean, like, continuing to get new items, though, I think would be part of the draw. Like, instead of being limited at the number of item rooms you get, like, just continuing to get an item room every floor forever.
Yeah,
Could be interesting. The only tricky, it would be tricky to program, I think, because you would have to scale enemies indefinitely.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it would just be super boring.
Well, you could always pull a, like, every 2 waves you get a new item or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Or 5 waves or something like that. It'd be interesting. I'm very interested to see what they do with Rebirth, if they do other kinds of modes and stuff.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like, they added a challenge mode with Wrath of the Lamb, which was really cool. Actually, I like those.
Oh, the challenges that they have?
Yeah, like the 10 challenges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I wish they did more with that. I mean, I'm glad that Cheat Engine kind of resolved that issue.
Yeah, Cheat Engine kind of filled in the blanks there.
Yeah.
I remember, I don't remember if this was like from an interview with Ed McMillan. Maybe you can fill me in here a little bit, but somebody told me that they had heard that Rebirth was going to have a system where if you beat the game, you gain like some tokens, and you can spend those tokens on custom challenge runs.
Huh. I didn't hear that, no, but I've heard. I follow Edmund's wife on Twitter as well, and she was talking about Cheat Engine at one point. Yeah, so I mean, he's obviously aware of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. I'm really curious to see. Obviously, he's already got the co-op as an idea in there. There's a lot of really cool stuff that you could do. I've always thought one thing that would be fucking awesome for Isaac, and this is kind of Cheat Engine does this for you, is customizable characters would be cool.
Yeah.
You can choose what you start off with, which
totally.
Would be pretty darn cool, I think.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what we do with Cheat Engine.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Very few Cheat Engine runs that don't just involve that.
Yep. Yeah. I don't think there's any way that they could code in like an accents challenge, though. That probably voice recognition software.
Yeah, and like give you a computerized version of Cam to talk to.
Oh god, that'd be terrible. The real life version of Cam is bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Computerized.
Yeah, it would be like fucking like R2D2, but with a voice
and in auto tune.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
God, why are we talking about this?
I wish I knew. God damn it, Isaac! Why won't you die? I just want you.
Wait,
dead.
I thought you're on Blue Baby, right?
Yeah, I'm just an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay, killing the fetuses that are angels. I think we only took like 3 hits there. Boom, success.
Nice.
I love some success. Yeah. I've been doing really well lately, I have to say. Getting really lucky in the past few runs.
Yeah. You're very, very skilled binding bicycle player, perhaps the most skilled on YouTube.
I think that is a fair assessment. Yeah, I'd say probably the most skilled that there ever was. I don't know what I'm going to title this episode. Probably economics. No one will watch it.
Economics lecture. Professor Patrol and Professor 9090.
I'm glad that the latter parts of our names are surnames.
Yeah. So, were you not aware of that when you made your YouTube account?
No, of course. I mean, that it's my true name, so of course I know that. It's just I just find it amusing. But anyway. That cutscene's over, and this run is over. Post your custom challenge runs down below, and I'll do the most upvoted one. Obviously, don't do ones that are impossible, and also don't upvote the ones that are impossible. I mean, they're funny. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess you might as well upvote them, but then I'll probably just have to do a regular run.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, it's really up to you guys.
You gotta weigh it.
I will read them, though. I will say that. If you are gonna upvote a funny one, why not upvote a real one, too? Just saying. Possibilities.
Yeah. Well, just like consider an upvote for an impossible one and upvote for a normal run.
Yeah.
Just think of it that way.
Yeah.
Because that's how it's gonna end up.
Now I'm gonna get like 80 fucking impossible ones.
Yeah.
Play the game with your head.
We're so sick of cheat engine. Do a normal run.
Yeah. Well. Anyway. So, post custom challenge runs down below. I'll do the most upvoted one. Green, it was fun having you on. Would you like to say goodbye?
Not really.
All right, fair enough. Well, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Is Alpaca Patrol? Oh, by the way, Green's. I mean, I'm sure you guys all know Green because we've been in loads of collaborations together by now. But his channel is down in the description below if you would like to go find him and unsubscribe.
Yeah, definitely. If you aren't subscribed to me already, just subscribe to me and then unsubscribe.
Yeah, please do.
I like to raise my blood pressure over that number of people who have unsubscribed to me because it gets pretty alarming as your channel gets larger. It's like, oh my god,
yeah,
500 people have unsubscribed from me this month.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So, yeah, if you wanna cause me a heart attack, then that's the way to do it.
It really hurts your soul. I mean, I'm already at over 1,000 for my lifetime. Sad, man. Why did all those people hate me?
All those missed opportunities. If only I'd been better. If only I'd been funnier. Maybe they would still be with me.
Yep. But anyway, so I got to a dark place at the end. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. This is Alpaca Patrol signing out. Peace, fools.